edition of Uncut. I'm Zero as normal. It's just me and Bobby here this week, so I'll pass him over to you anyway to do his little intro thing for the minute. So yeah, over
What's
to you,
up?
Bobby.
I'm Bobby from Bobby's Breakdowns. How you doing? And obviously, as you could tell, if you miss 1 week on the show, you get cut from the intro.
That was your intro. Oh well, no, we've all got separate intros when it comes to separate
No, that's what I'm
shows,
saying. Because
and that.
Leo's not here, so and he
Oh, right,
wasn't in the
okay.
intro. So I'm like, you miss 1 week, and you're
Oh, right,
as
okay.
good as dead. You're as good
Yeah,
as dead to us.
but I mean, but we've also got one with just me and Leo in it as well. So so as
I
soon
I
as you're
want
off, then we'll play that one.
I
Yeah.
completely expected that, truthfully.
Yeah, and we played that one now about 8 times as well. We've done about 8 shows with that one with that intro on it. So, with just me and Leah in it. So
I missed like 4 shows this year.
I don't know how many it is, but there's quite a fair
It's
few there.
not
But
8. I
anyway,
can tell
yes.
you that.
All right, okay, yeah. Well, it's a nice early show. This one is today for you guys over in America. 9 a.m. starts roughly. So we do appreciate anyone who is here. But yes, as per normal, if you do want to get involved with the show, please don't hesitate to join in. So let's get into this then. So a couple of bits and pieces of there's not too much talk about today, so we're going to cover NXT Gold Rush later on. But let's just talk about something first of all then. So one of the big bits of news of this week is, well, actually I've got an image to represent it, and then we'll talk about it. So here we go. And so this image then, here we go. So so
Yeah.
John Cena finally did it. Grand Slam champion. Grand Slam John Cena. He won the Intercontinental Championship off Dominic Mysterio. Now, do, do it's been said by Netflix have already turned and said that Cena is wrestling this coming Monday as well at
Does
Madison
he
Square
lose?
Gardens, which makes sense really.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
would hope they let him walk into his final champ to his final match as IC champ.
yeah. Now I don't know what match this is going to be. Whether it is going to be a rematch for the IC Championship or whether they're going to
Mhm.
obviously put him up against somebody else. But obviously we've got to remember there's only going to be what he's is he in War Games? Do you think?
That's he should be. This is the last chance to get
Yeah,
him in. He
yeah,
should be in War Games. You know he's not going to wrestle
yeah.
again. Why would you
No, yeah.
not
So I
put
mean,
him in
yeah.
War
So
Games? Unless he
no.
doesn't
So
want to do it. Unless he's like, that's too dangerous for
yeah,
me. I can't. But he could be the fifth man in.
yeah, possibly, yeah. But I mean, like, yeah. So this is well, potentially. Then we're going to say then he's got 3 more matches left, which is obviously going to be NSG, War Games, and then
Survivor Series, yeah.
his final
And then
match. Then basically,
Saturday
so
night's main event.
yes, that's
Yeah.
obviously yes, that's obviously so that's that one there. So yeah, so if he's obviously going to be doing a one-on-one match, but I have heard though some rumors is that they might tag team in with Roman. They might do a Roman and John Cena tag team at MSG, basically, like a returning Roman comes out and stuff during a John Cena a tag team against, I don't know, against 2 random people or whatever for
And
it.
that
No,
could help Cena and Roman do War Games. Like I feel like Cena's gotta be in War Games.
possibly.
Like
No,
Punk,
yeah, possibly. But yeah,
Punk
that's
hinted,
one of the
yeah,
rumors that's
like
going around
Punk
at the
hinted
moment.
that they're boys. Come on, like come on.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, yeah. So that's obviously one thing. But like I said, it's that's one of the main sort of things that they're kind of saying about there. But otherwise, it's done that way. Can you just take over a minute? My sister's ringing me. Hold on, give me a sec. Just
Oh,
take over
sure.
just 2 seconds.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
you're
had it
good.
there.
Um, so yeah, I was gonna say this when Zero was done talking about Cena. When I was watching Raw on Monday and Cena won the IC championship, I was grinning and smiling ear to ear because I was so excited to see him win the IC belt. Grand Slam Cena, it deserved to happen. It needed to happen. The fact that he wasn't on the list to begin with is kind of crazy. Kofi Kingston's tweet was very funny. And yeah, you had to get Cena the IC belt to get him to the Grand Slam. He deserves it, of course. And whether or not he's going to walk into his final match as the Intercontinental Champion, that remains to be seen. But if I'm trying to stall because I don't know when he's coming back. But yeah, Cena, IC champ. Um, I was thinking about this yesterday. It's really starting to hit me now that he's gonna be gone soon. And it's just like, oh, I'm like, oh, this is not like Cena's my guy. Like Batista's my absolute favorite wrestler of all time. But like John Cena as a human celebrity is probably one of my favorites for all the good he does in the world, for how he treats people, for the make-a-wishes he grants, all the work he does. It's like w- you're not going to get a much better human than that guy in the celebrity world. So it's like, man, this is a tough one to see him go out. But I mean, he's got a Hollywood career to tackle, and he was killing it before he even came back to WWE. So that's great. But yeah, it's finally starting to hit me. He's got 3 dates left. I believe a month from today. Today's
Hello,
the
I'm back
13th,
now.
right? Oh.
There you go.
Yeah,
Sorry about
a
now.
month. Yeah, that hit my ears hard. That noise.
Sorry.
Jeez. Y- Yeah, I was like, huh? So yeah, a month from today is John Cena's final match.
Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, she just randomly started ringing me, and I was like, okay, yeah, this could be dangerous. So, or this could be
Hmm?
pretty bad. So, yeah, I had to go
Gotta
grab that.
gotta do what you gotta
Yeah,
do.
yeah, I heard most of that anyway because I still had my headphones on. I forgot, so I had my headphones on, and I could hear you and my sister in my headphones. And so,
He's
yeah, so sort of had to do that. But
he's gonna start talking to his sister about John Cena, and he's like, wait, no, I'm combining
yeah,
these
probably, yeah,
conversations.
yeah. Yeah, but no, yeah. So yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, so we're back now then. So, yeah, so that was obviously John Cena then. So yeah, so like I said, yeah, so that's one of the rumors going around anyway. Is Cena and Roman tagging at MSG? However, it could also just be a singles match. Like I've seen a couple of people they're saying they want him versus Sheamus, they want him versus Rusev, but then of course Rusev's in that tournament still. So are they really going to
So
have
so is
just that sort of
Sheamus.
one-off match there and stuff like that? Really? Yeah. So Sheamus. So I don't know who it's going to be. So this is what's making me think it's either going to be that tag match or it's going to be Dom again for a rematch. That's what I'm thinking. If anything,
And then,
if they're obviously having him wrestle, for that's the thing that they're probably going to end up doing. So
Cena
yeah,
beats him again.
no, probably or whatever, or either Cena beats him again, or Dom takes it back in that again, and they literally just have because the main point was it for Cena winning that championship was just so that he can become Grand Slam. That was it
Well, yeah, of
basically.
course.
Because there's
Did
no
you
point in him
really?
holding it for a long time anyway, because of course thingy. So,
Did you really just say when I said, "Oh, and Cena beats him again"? Yeah, either that or Dom beats him. Really? What other
yeah,
result would it be?
either one, isn't it? Either one, isn't
What
it?
other
Really, yeah.
result would it be?
So yeah, yeah, but no, it's yeah,
For the love of
that's
God.
that one. But I mean, it's well, no, that's fine, isn't it? From there, as it is. But yeah, so that's that. What else have we got on my list? Okay, yeah. So obviously, we've also then had CM Punk and Logan Paul. They obviously Logan Paul's part of the Vision now, so he's that's
Yep.
obviously set up the men's War Games match now. There's obviously
Right
going to
now,
be well. It's the
it's
thing.
3-on-3
Well,
right now,
this is the
but
thing. Yeah, it's 3-on-3 right now, but some there's been some reports come out saying that at the minute the aim is 4-on-4, but Triple H wants to try and make it 5-on-5. But then that would mean just throwing random people in there with no storylines ready for it.
well,
So
well,
that's the thing really to add into it.
that's most of WWE any day anyway.
But
Yeah,
but
um,
what? Yeah,
just Cena and Roman,
but
and
yeah.
then you can do. Hmm,
Well, I've seen a lot of things. I've seen a lot of people saying that they reckon that Brock's going to show up at MSG, and they're going to end up then adding Brock to obviously division and that.
wouldn't be
So you're then
bad.
going to have so you
Wouldn't
then have
be
Bronson. So you
bad.
have Bronson, Braun. Who would it be? Bronson, Braun, Logan Paul, Brock, and then I don't know, then Theory or something like that. If anything, if they are going to bring Theory in, like what the rumors were.
Brock and
That's obviously if they
Brock
do end
and
up doing the 5-on-5.
Brock and Cena in War Games would be insanity.
Yeah, probably both of their final ones because I can see Brock retiring next year.
Oh,
I
I
can
I
personally.
I'd be shocked to see them get Brock into War Games once, let alone multiple times.
Yeah, yeah.
You could
Because I mean,
also
because obviously,
you could also throw the Usos to the heel team if you want to fully pull the trigger on Jay going heel.
mm, yeah, I don't know. I don't think Jay is going to turn heel. That's the thing. So I don't think
Yeah.
Jay's going to turn heel. That's the thing. See for it. They've got a tag team running them yet before they split. Before they split and they turn heel, they've got a tag team running them. They're going to do that
Yeah.
one there. Basically,
So they have another
they've got
tag
to.
team running them
You know.
before they split. They split,
Yeah,
another tag team running them, and then they're gonna split again.
yeah, yeah. Basically, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. Is there something there? Yeah. If anyone, I will just say as well, if anyone does want to get involved with the show, please don't hesitate to reply in the comments, and we will mention you on the stream. So let's just go through here and a couple of other bits and pieces. Oh yeah, so we've got new tag team champions, well, new women's tag team champions as well. Don't forget as well,
Okay,
where
I
it was obviously Oscar and Kyrie now
did not
are
see that coming.
women's tag team champions. Don't even did I, but I mean, that's obviously, I've seen a lot of upset people online, like, oh, they're burying, they've buried Alexa, they've buried Charlotte and stuff like that. It's like, no, they haven't. It's like, it's
I mean,
storyline because now they're probably going to split, aren't they? Now, basically, they're probably going to do the whole we're not friends thing anymore and stuff like that. And then, like, Alexa's probably going to, I think Alexa's going to turn on Charlotte, if anything, if don't mind.
I mean, Charlotte and Bliss were fun. Like nobody saw it coming, so it was like okay.
No.
Like at first it was like,
Mm,
like okay, whatever. But then it was like, wait, they're actually doing good with it. They're having fun with it. It's like, all right. Like
yeah.
people didn't absolutely hate Charlotte.
No, but
Mm.
now, of course, now we know where that's led to. That's obviously now led to the War Games build up, which is now obviously
Mm.
Charlotte, Alexa, Rhea, and Io now versus Oscar, Kyrie, Nia Jax, and Lash Legend,
Are,
which is obviously
are you
she's come up now from NXT. So
are you looking at Wikipedia for the War Games matches?
no,
Where Because on my Wikipedia, I tried typing it in twice. They have nothing listed for matches on Survivor Series.
no, but I watched I actually watched Raw and they announced it
No,
was the
I
War
did
Games thing.
too. I did too. I know they're both there, but like, why is it
Yeah,
not listed on Wikipedia? You know?
because because we people now on Wikipedia are only doing it really if they once it's been made official, basically.
But
Like
like,
once there's graphics and stuff like that made for it.
I
You know,
get
it's
it, but
like,
Regal yelled War Games, so like clearly,
yeah,
at
you
least
did,
put
yeah,
like the ones we
yeah,
know. Like, all right, obviously it's going to be 4-on-4 or
yeah,
5-on-5, but you could put Punk, Cody, and Jay versus Logan, Bronson, and Braun. You know?
yeah. And then just then question mark, or whatever, can't you,
Yeah,
next to them and stuff
versus
like that, and then they can then easily take it out.
TBA, yeah, like
So
that. Yeah, it's like,
yeah, yeah.
well, you could have Paul
But no,
Heyman
they
do War
won't. So
Games.
it's like that'd be funny. So
No, honestly,
that'd be funny. But
that's the easiest way to get Brock to
yeah,
do War Games is Heyman, because remember he introduced him at
yeah, you could do.
WrestlePalooza. So
Yeah, you could do. Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
the easiest out
Yeah.
right there.
No. Yeah. Yeah, so that's that's that. Obviously, so that's led to the women's war games match. And then one of the other big bits of news is Drew McIntyre has been suspended after Friday night. This is obviously like, there's a lot of confusion around this. Like a lot of people at the moment are reporting that it's storyline. However, I've sort of seen contradictions to that, and it's this is the thing is obviously I'm one myself, so I can say this, but like sometimes us wrestling reporters we get a lot of bad info, and I think this Drew McIntyre storyline thing is bad info because there's been interviews from some of the actual stars. So Henry Cavill and Batista have both now stated that the filming for Highlander starts on the 28th of November, which is the day before War Games.
So
They've both come out and have both
10
come out and
days,
said,
15 days.
yeah, yes, yeah, and that they both stated that the filming for Highlander starts on the 28th of November in Scotland, and that the location, the filming locations is Scotland, London, and Hong Kong. That's the filming locations for Highlander and stuff. Um, but then like you've got all these people on like, oh, but it doesn't start till January and stuff like that. And like, then I've seen somebody turn around and say, oh, it's like middle of next year. But the thing is they've already turned around and said the release
So
date currently is planned for the end of next year for it.
it was the filming was supposed to start at the end of the year. Then Henry Cavill got injured, and it got pushed back to early 2026. That did happen, but
Yeah,
now I
but
guess
it's now come
Cavill's
down as
good to
well.
go. So
Batista actually confirmed this. He turned around and said the original filming was meant to be the start of September. It was meant to be start of
yeah,
September for 3 months. It was going to be. That was what it was going to
yeah,
be. So it was going to be start of September for 3 months and that. And then
Cavill
Cavill's
got
been
injured.
resting up, and now Cavill got injured, so they pushed it to the early part of They pushed it to January, but now Cavill's good to go, so they've now
Yeah, I
pulled it
guess.
back again to try and make up some time and stuff. So it's now
Yeah.
So and like I said, but it's just weird because then like everyone's saying, oh, but online it says the 28th of November and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, but the actual stars of the actual show have confirmed that filming starts on the 28th of November and that. So if I can't unless Drew's not filming right at the beginning of it, but he's playing Henry Cavill's brother. So, if he's playing
Well,
Cavill's brother, I'm sure that's going to be a significant role
but
for it.
also, I did think
Yeah.
about this. It could be a significant role. I'm not ruling it out, but it also
Yeah.
could not be.
That's the thing. Yeah. I mean, it could not be, but it's just weird because, like I said, I'm going by what the stars are saying because personally, they're the
Yeah, of
people who are
course.
in the know, isn't it? Really,
I, I,
and that.
I really don't even know what Henry
Mm.
Cavill injured on himself, to be completely honest. But
Yeah,
like,
I
it
can't
was
remember
supposed to
either.
be early 2026 because he did get injured.
Yeah.
But now he's good to go. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. Here we go. It was a leg injury. Here we go. Yeah, so it says Henry Cavill sustained a significant leg injury whilst training for the Highlander remake, causing. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, so he got the injury. It just says in late 2025. There we go. So he was training during pre-production in September. So right at the start of September, basically, they originally then pulled
Ah,
it. Yeah, they originally then pulled it into early 2026 production, but now he seems to be fine, so they've pulled it back now to film in on the 28th of November, basically. So and that because
does
he,
it
this is the other thing as well is yeah, yeah.
does it say what day that movie comes out? Like the movie itself, not filming.
Well, it says the original release date was originally meant to be like September, October 2026, but they reckon now it's going to be obviously a little bit later, so it's probably going to come out in December. I reckon November, December.
It's not
Um,
bad. I'm
you know,
interested in that
yeah,
movie. So like, I think I saw the original Highlander like years ago. No, let's see
yeah,
if it has a date attached to it. It does not. It does not. No. I guess they pulled the date because
no,
Henry Cavill got injured. I wouldn't be shocked.
yeah,
So like I saw the original Highlander years ago. I saw they were like rebooting it. And I was like, at first I was like,
yeah,
whatever. But then I saw Cavill. I'm like, okay. I was like, Russell Crowe,
yeah,
sure. Batista,
yeah,
Carrie Gillian, Jeremy Irons, Drew McIntyre. And I was just like,
yeah,
this has potential to be a really good movie with the cast they have. And I'm like, I'll go see it.
yeah,
And then the director of it is the dude who does the John Wick movies. So it's like,
yeah,
it's going to be brutal. It's going to be bloody. I believe
yeah,
it's rated R, if I had to guess.
yeah. Well, here we
Yeah,
go.
so I was just like,
It says here,
huh.
so I've just looked. So yeah, well, it does say here though. So the the release window was late 2026. However, realistically, it could now be early 2027 due to the small delay that they had.
Yeah,
That's what
that's
it's basically
fair.
saying. So yeah, so it was originally meant to be late 2026. So I mean, which makes sense. But
Are you
yeah, so that's
telling me Superman got injured and couldn't film?
yeah, basically yeah, that's what it seems to be. But yeah,
Mm,
it's like I said, it's just weird because I've actually just gone back through and double checked what Batista said, and he's basically what he's confirmed is that he's basically been training and that he's been training and he's been working out and everything like that, basically ready for the role. And he's
mm,
turned around and said that he's not going to stop until the day of filming, which he's then
mm.
turned around and said will be the 28th of November. and stuff. So because he's someone said I need to keep in shape and everything and stuff, and and he said I'm going to keep training now all the way up to the 28th of November, which is the day we start shooting. So I mean, if Drew has only got a small part, then yes, potentially he could be at Survivor Series. But if the stars are all saying we're filming on the 28th of November in Scotland, I cannot see it. Basically,
they won't let him do. Like Cena's one thing, but like ever since The Rock tried to wrestle under Hollywood rules and he got injured and delayed everything, they're just like, nah.
Well, this is the thing as well, is obviously they've already had a significant delay because of Cavill getting injured.
Yeah.
Are they really going to risk any more injuries? So they've probably said to Drew that they've probably essentially banned Drew from wrestling. Hollywood have essentially probably turned around and said to Drew, you now need to take a couple of weeks off now. Because that's what most of the movie stars have now. That's like what Cena and stuff has. Like if Cena's filming, he can't step inside a WWE ring for a couple of weeks beforehand to make sure he doesn't sustain an injury. So obviously, that's going to be,
so
that's
obviously
one of the things
Drew,
going on.
Get written off, and we'll see you in Scotland in 2 weeks or whatever it is.
Yeah, like I said though, a lot of people are saying, oh, it's storyline and stuff like that, but I can't see it being storyline because now the stars are confirming they're filming on the 28th of November and stuff like that, and it's mixed messages that are coming down because, like I said, because then a lot of people then turn around and saying, oh, it's now going to be filming like mid 2026 and stuff, and it doesn't even say that anywhere. So I don't know where the hell they're getting all this from. It's just random things that people are making up, but that's that. So a couple of other bits and pieces then before we go on to Gold Rush. So Chavo Guerrero has confirmed he's re-signed with WWE. So Chavo Guerrero has re-signed with the company.
Just bouncing back and forth and like.
Well, it's probably going to be for the Dom and Ray storyline, isn't it? If you think about it, they're going to probably bring him in on that one. Because don't forget, because Dominic Mysterio is Eddie Guerrero's son. So I mean, he's
I was about to say Eddie Guerrero's father.
So so it's always going to be that one, isn't it? Yes, that's that. Obviously, then what else we got here? So some other big bits of news then, which has been reported down this week, is a bit of TNA news, which we don't normally cover, but I've got I've seen some TNA news. So apparently now TNA have signed up for a massive international partnership. Now they are set to team with Qatar Pro Wrestling to hold a major event in Qatar in 2026, meaning that basically I've got the little mem for this, so there we go. So it's we're getting Arab money because they're getting the Arab money, for it. So that's what they're so they've got the bag for that one. They've got the bag for one event and stuff, and it's it's opening doors and stuff. It's opening doors really for it, for the for everything that's sort of gone on, and especially for TNA, it's worked well for them. It really has. It really has worked well.
Promotion.
Well, this the thing is obviously I go by what Chris Jericho said basically.
All of a
Chris
sudden,
Jericho said
he's coming back to WWE. You go by what he says.
No. Well, like I told him, and I said, well, this the thing is this is the thing though. Like as soon as I sent that in the group chat, I was like, Bobby's going to suddenly hate Chris Jericho now. So
I don't. But it's just not correct.
Yeah, no.
When you have a billionaire backing you for AEW, it's just. It is what it is.
Okay.
TNA doesn't have
but
that.
No, but if anyone hasn't seen it, they do. They do actually, because Anthem, which actually owns them, is like one of the biggest companies in Canada. They're actually a Canadian company. That's why, basically.
Well, who's got more money?
I don't know. I have to have a look. But it's probably
the Khans.
Let
me put it to you this way.
But yes.
Let me put it to you this way. Yeah. Tony Khan's father is top 10 wealthiest in the world.
Yeah, but that's blood money, as they say, innit?
Yeah, but he's still a top 10 wealthiest person in the world.
Yeah, okay.
He owns a football team.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
That alone, he owns a football team, a soccer team.
Yeah, but it's not. Yeah, but they're not the greatest. But but we'll move on from that. If anyone isn't aware of it, for obviously anyone listening, the quote that Chris Jericho said, basically he was on Talk Is Jericho, which is obviously his own podcast, and the full thing is that Chris Jericho turned around and said, the TNA looked like the second biggest wrestling company at Bound for Glory. That crowd looked huge. It looked huge. It seemed like a WWE level crowd. The place was packed. I was watching this and not saying anything out of school here, but comparing it to watching Dynamite when they're at the ECW arena, which looked like a Tony Condello taping. Sorry, it did. TNA looked
Tony
like the second
who?
biggest company in the world, and that was amazing. Tony Condello, Condello. So,
No idea.
I don't know. But that's what he. But that's basically what Jericho said there was that. Yeah, he's basically saying that they had nobody there, and that TNA is the second biggest company in the wrestling business, basically. So
what did I say last night? TNA is like that girl at last call when you're like hammered and you're like, oh, that's not that bad, and then you wake up and you're like, oh, yeah.
All right. Okay. No, that's no. So that's that.
Am I wrong?
Yeah. I'm not going to comment on this because we always have our arguments in the group chat over this one, so I'm not going to comment on this.
Leo
So,
even said it was the fourth biggest promotion. I don't know what third was.
Yeah,
he never.
But no,
ROH, I guess, by default. AAA.
ROH definitely is not. ROH is definitely not the third one. Definitely not.
I'm trying to figure out what the third one could be because, like,
I don't know.
the first.
They definitely. They don't even have a TV deal, so they can't be the third one at all or anything.
TNA doesn't even have a TV deal.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
With who?
They're signing a new deal as we speak. They've got lawyers and everything involved.
Yeah. But they don't have one as we speak.
Access TV, which is owned by Anthem. Anthem actually owns them.
People in the world do not get that.
All right. Okay.
When AEW first partnered with TNA, I looked into watching TNA, and it was like, you don't get this channel. Oh,
right.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Sure.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So it's like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
Less wrestling for Bob B.
Oh, fair enough. Because they actually own Fight Network as well and everything like that. So obviously, they own sort of things like that. But yeah. Yes, that's all the TNA news and everything. Obviously, you had Blood and Guts last night as well. That was obviously I heard a few things from that really. Yeah, was there much up from that really?
So much blood.
Well, it's called Blood and Guts, so I'm guessing so.
Yeah, but like there was people gushing blood. It was like Kyle O'Reilly and Sky Blue, like. Ugh. Darby Allin got thrown through a table that was on fire, and Darby Allin was on fire. But luckily, Homeboy knew what to do as soon as he landed. He just rolled to the side and eventually got put out. And it was like, oh, that hurts. It's like, and they still won.
Yeah.
Their team still won. Okay. Like once Darby got put through the table, I was like, oh, it's over. Like I was I thought they were gonna when they tried to hang Darby literally, and I'm like, well, Darby's not gonna submit, so somebody else is gonna have to submit for him. But no, they never got to that part. Darby got out of it. I'm like, Darby will die before he submits. And then
obviously, definitely.
The girls I almost said War Games. The girls Blood and Guts. So the way the structure is set up, they got the poles to like keep it all together. And those the poles are like there's like holes in them, but they're small.
Right.
Julia Hart and Tekla both made it through, like to get to the outside of the ring, and I'm like, that's insane.
Okay.
Because like not not any human could get through there. But they both were like just got through, and I'm like, that's impressive. Like, wow. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know, like, what's going on there really? Then was it? So
the matches were crazy. Just ooh.
Yeah. Like I said, I've seen a few bits and pieces now online about it and stuff. So yeah. Right. So before we move on, then, so we've then got. Let's have a look. So if we got any comments, I'm just checking the TikTok quickly. I don't think there's anything on there. what we got in the comments on here. So we've got your account says I hate that guy on the right. So there we go. So yeah, so that's your own account there.
I stand by it.
And then the only other person in the chat at the moment is Ryan, which Ryan someone said Zero Side is looking a little different. And then what's Bobby doing with his tongue, to be honest? Well, TBH basically. So so yeah, he wants to know what you're doing with your tongue. So there's that really. So
my tongue.
Yeah, that was the question. It was what's Bobby doing with his tongue, TBH?
Like that?
I don't know if that's what the message was. Ryan, can you confirm whether it was that or whatever it was? Because like I didn't see it, to be fair. But yeah, but that's what it says there. So yeah,
I swear to God, he's on tape delay because like I put mints in for every show, and I was putting them in, but I don't hide me doing them because I feel like if me hiding them is a little more shady. Like if I'm like that,
yeah.
so I just go like that. I swear Ryan
Fair
does
enough.
not watch the show, but then he realizes what we do. And it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I've only been doing this for 6 months, Ryan.
Fair enough. So yeah, no, well, we will be going on to NXT Gold Rush shortly, but first of all, I've just got a couple of little adverts to play, which are from there. So we'll be back after a couple of seconds, after a couple of adverts are played. So yeah,
recover, rebuild, dominate tomorrow. DKO Energy Main Event Multivitamins. Just one more.
If you want wrestling results, check out maineventdatabase.com.
Yes, so there we go. So that's two little adverts there. So maineventdatabase.com. That it is
that's
there.
Not AI. That's not AI at all.
No, that's
that was real. That was on a taping of SmackDown.
Yeah, it was, but yeah, you can see the crowd and everything and the WWE logo in there, but but it's so go and check out maineventdatabase.com and also DKO Energy for the supplements and stuff like that if you want to. So as I was saying, so NXT Gold Rush then is this coming week and the week after at Madison Square Gardens in New York. Now they're obviously filming both weeks at the same time, so obviously it's the week after is on pre-tape because we're an MSG. So
because it's at Thanksgiving week.
Yeah. So they're obviously filming both weeks of Gold Rush in the same week. So we have then so this is confirmed matches for the events. Now obviously it's turned around and said that the ruling said first of all is that all NXT, TNA, AAA, and Evolve championships should be getting defended. Now there's still a few championships which I can see on here which are not being defended there. So I don't know whether they've now gone back on that all and whether they're just doing some of them. Because at the minute there is scheduled to be 4 matches at each event for this one. So we'll quickly go through them. So we've now got, as confirmed this past Tuesday, we've now got Tatum Paxley versus JC Jane in a last chance singles match for the NXT Women's Championship. So obviously, where it's a last chance one, this is going to go one of two ways. Either JC's going to win it back,
Tatum's
basically.
Gonna win?
Or Tatum's going to, whichever way. But I mean, normal. Yeah, but the thing is, though, what I'm saying is these. What I mean is like these last chance matches. Normally, the person who's going in on the last chance normally wins. So are they really only going to give Tatum like 2 defenses? That's the thing, isn't it? That's the thing. It's like, are they really going to give Tatum like just 2 defenses, or are they going to like,
Well, this
that's the thing.
Oh God, this could be. Jeez, this could be a way to get JC to the main roster finally.
Yeah, could be. Yeah,
I mean, really, what's the point of putting the belt back on her?
Yeah,
I don't see it.
Yeah, I can't see either. But I mean,
Tatum winning. Yeah.
Yeah, and retaining and stuff. But yeah, it's just like I said. It's just it's just obviously weird that because normally, like I said, the norm is once the last chance matches, the person who's going in on the last chance always wins it. So it's just weird, really. So yeah, I mean, I can see Tatum I can see Tatum retaining if need be, because if they've only given her it for what 2 weeks or whatever it be, 3 weeks by that point,
She wanted
it's
at
stupid. It's a stupid reign.
Halloween Havoc. So it's like, yeah.
Yeah. So what's that? It's like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
3 weeks, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
Do I
run
really?
It,
Do I really see JC Jane becoming a multiple-time women's champion in NXT? It's like I don't. It took her like 4 years to get the first reign. Like,
yeah, and the only way which they're going to do it, which I could see, is potentially Izzy turns on Tatum. That's the only way which I can see it, is that Tatum drops. Is that Izzy turns on Tatum, because they've been teasing it. They've been teasing obviously Izzy turning on her. And that, but that's the thing, is like, are they really only going to give her 3 weeks? That's. I mean, they've given other stars like reigns like that. Some of them's only had like a week or whatever, or like 5 minutes.
I
AKA
don't.
Punk, or bloody thinking that, but
Because then it's like, if we put the belt back on JC, who takes it from JC? Unless
isn't
it's
it?
like Sol Ruka, because Sol Ruka's good. I thought Sol Ruka was legitimately injured, but it seems like she's good to go.
Yeah, it was a small injury. It was a small injury, which the reason why they took the belt off of her was because they didn't know how long she was going to be out for. But she seems to be medically cleared now, so I'm guessing she's obviously recovered again pretty quickly. She's done like the Cena return, hasn't she? Where she's like, quickly recovered and stuff. So
yeah, I guess you could put it back on JC and then have Sol Ruka win that Iron Survivor. But like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I'm going with Tatum.
No.
I'll go with my gut. I'll stick with it.
Yeah. Fair enough. Right. So the next one then is Dark State, which is Dion Lennox and Griffin versus Javon Evans and Leon Slater for the NXT Tag Team Championships. Now, again, Dark State only won that at Halloween Havoc, so are they really only going to give them 3 weeks and put it on Javon and Leon? But then again, Javon and Leon are like really hot at the moment, so it's like, so are they? Are they going to sort of like do it that way, really? No.
I don't see it.
What do you think?
I got Dark State.
No, you got Dark State. Fair enough. Right. Next one then. So we've got Blake Monroe versus Sol Ruka for the NXT Women's North American Championship. Can you see Sol taking this one possibly, or what really?
No.
What can you
Blake.
No?
Like I said, if JC Jane beats Sol, nope. Let's try that again. If JC Jane beats Tatum, I think Sol's next in line for the women's championship.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like, who else?
So yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? So yeah, I could possibly see though a few
now if Tatum retains, they could take this belt off of Blake. And put Blake in the Iron Survivor, and Blake beats Tatum. So it's like, it goes both ways,
Yeah.
I'm just thinking Blake's not going anywhere anytime soon. So I think they're going to keep the belt on her for a bit. So that's why I'm going with Blake.
Yeah. Fair enough. So yeah, fair enough. Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? Basically. Yeah. Right, and then the other match then that's been confirmed is Ethan Page and Chelsea Green versus Joe Hendry and Thea Hale in a mixed tag team match for the AAA Mixed Tag Team Championships. Again, do you see Ethan and Chelsea retaining and doing that, or are they going to screw them over and give it to Joe Hendry and Thea Hale? Really? So I
think they're giving it to Hendry and Hale.
Yeah.
Some titles got to change hands on this show, and yeah.
I can see that as well, because at the minute, obviously, like the partnership between them is like really hot and stuff. Like, and then the partnership between them is like really hot and everything like that at the moment. And it's like, obviously, both Ethan and Chelsea, they can recover from it because they both got other belts. That's the thing. It's not like they're not going to have any titles, is it? And then that also then means then that Ethan and Chelsea then don't need to keep going to like AAA, for example, to defend it when they've got those other titles. So you can then literally then like you can then put the titles on Hendry, who's not really doing anything, because this is the thing is Hendry's not really doing anything in TNA at the moment. They've essentially wrote Hendry's not been on TNA for months now.
Isn't his contract done like at the end of the year?
Yeah, so what they've done is they've obviously counted him off from there. So he's been on NXT more. So it would make more sense for Hendry and Thea to win those titles, because then they can travel back and forth and then to Mexico a lot easier than obviously then having to send, say, because say, for example, like there's most of the AAA events happen on a Friday night. Now, obviously, are they really going to have Chelsea, who's just won the Women's US Championship, have Friday nights off so she can be in Mexico? That's the thing, see. So that's, so I can see Hendry and Thea not doing that way.
And like I said, some of these titles have to change hands. So, like,
yeah, that's not on there. So that's night one of it, or week one, as I say. Now night two, then. So we have Kalani Jordan versus Jordan Grace versus Lee Ying Lee for the TNA Knockouts World Championship. Then that's obviously the old Xia Lee.
I got this. I got this one. It's Xia Lee.
Yeah, Xia Lee. Yeah. So who we got for that one? Do we think Kalani retains and they still don't have a Knockouts Women's Champion, or potentially if it goes on to Jordan, they don't really have a Knockouts World Champion. So the only one really what can take about to TNA is Xia, really. That's really the only one personally.
Oh, why is my phone playing games now? Okay. See, this is where I start to hate StreamYard, because it's like, well, you won't let me turn my phone sideways, but you're also going to be a pain and not. Nope.
We're having technical issues, guys. We're having technical issues. Please bear with us. We're having technical issues.
I'm going to go with. I mean, you got to get. They're not going to give Jordan Grace any NXT titles, clearly. So, that ship has sailed, I believe.
Yeah, what do you think? Because she's coming up to main roster soon as well.
How many times have she lost title matches already? Like,
yeah, your camera's moved again. Your camera's moved again.
Yeah, I know. It's in my hand currently.
Oh, okay. Okay. No, I was going to say, I think the reason behind that is because she's coming up to main roster. They're getting ready to bring her up to main roster, basically. They're just waiting for the call, aren't they?
Yeah, give it to Xia Lee. Give it back to TNA.
Yeah, fair enough. So that's right. So we've gone for that one then. So next one then, for the vacant women's speed championship, we have Zarya versus Fallon Henley. Who we got for that one? It's obviously for the vacant title.
I guess Zarya. That's a complete toss-up in my opinion.
Yeah, because in that way, then they can then start playing on then things and like between her and Soul, couldn't they?
Yeah, Zarya has a belt, Soul doesn't. It's like
Soul wants it. Soul wants it back because it was her belt and that originally, and obviously it was Zarya's fault that she lost it, and then Zarya wins it back, refuses to give Soul championship matches and stuff like that. You can build all around it and stuff like that, can't you? Really? So it kind of makes sense there. The next one. It's difficult. It's difficult going to be saying because it's for the Evolve Championship and it's two people I've never heard of myself. But it's Jackson Drake versus Sean Legacy for the WWE Evolve Championship.
Yeah,
so, I don't know either of them.
I'm going to go with Sean Legacy just because I like his name better.
Fair enough. Right. Yeah, we'll go for that one then. Right. And then the last match then that's advertised on there is for the Women's Evolve Championship. And that is Kendall Gray. With Ren Sinclair versus Lainey Reed. So
all the girls from what is their Fatal Influence?
Fatal Influence, yeah.
I almost said Toxic Attraction. I can never remember. So all of them have solo matches. So 3 of the 8 matches have Fatal Influence girls in them.
I've got, basically, yeah.
So pretty much half, almost half.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
I'll go with Kendall Gray.
Yeah, because that way then as well, I guess if all 3 of them say won their matches and they could then all hold gold, all 3 members of it would then be holding gold potentially if they all win.
Yeah, I mean,
so that'd be the thing, wouldn't it?
Definitely not ruling it out.
It is possible. No,
Mm.
no. I mean, this is WWE. They might do that in the end, but it is a very big possibility there. But no, yeah. So that's NXT Gold Rush then over the next 2 weeks, and like what you said, it's because it's Thanksgiving, so obviously, so they're sort of pre-taping to give everyone the time off, aren't they? So which sort of makes sense, to be fair. Like a lot of people sort of do that, but yeah, I don't know what they're doing about SmackDown for that week because I don't think SmackDown's pre-taped.
I
Not
think
sure.
I think it is pre-taped. I'm pretty sure they already announced that. Yeah.
Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can find out. Hold on, I'll have a quick look. If anyone in the comments knows, we'll have a quick look. Let's just have a look here. What's the date for it? What will it
The
be roughly?
27th. No, 28th.
Right, okay. Let's have a
No.
look here.
Yes, 28th.
Yeah, because the last live show will be the last live SmackDown is the 21st, which is in Denver, and the last live Raw. And then they've got Monday Night Raw, which is the 24th, and then there's nothing then until Survivor Series, which is the 29th.
Yeah.
So there's no live SmackDown that week. So they must be because they're doing it's a 5:30 p.m. start for SmackDown. They're saying that's what doors are open time. So
that's in Denver though. You gotta.
good point. Yeah.
Denver's on.
Yeah, because Raw's in Oklahoma. Raw's in Oklahoma, and they've got 6:30 for that one for Oklahoma.
That makes more sense because that's 7:30 our time, and Raw starts at 8.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, so that kind of makes sense there, doesn't it? So that one makes more sense. But yeah, no, that's that. I have just seen as well that apparently on the 16th of November, which is obviously the day before R-Truth's final match, you've got before John Cena's final match is.
That's what I was like.
Yeah, no, before John Cena's thing, you've got R-Truth one night only thing in there. He's doing his own show in
what's the date?
In New York at 7 p.m. That's for November the 16th. Sunday, November the 16th, he's doing a show. No, that's November 16th. So that's this weekend, isn't it?
That's this
and then
Sunday. That's this Sunday.
And then they're advertising, and obviously then Cena on the 17th in New York. So they're obviously playing on that, aren't they? So it's a good one there. But yeah, looking at this then, so the actual last live WWE of the year as well is December the 19th for this one. And they're off then until the 29th. Yeah, because they're off to 19th to 29th when Raw comes back for it. That's it. So that'll be the end of year Raw. That one will be. So 29th roughly around there. But yeah, so that's all of that. Was there anything else that you can really think of? I can't really think of much. There's not been too much on this week because it's mainly been the whole John Cena thing. And actually, that's some things. Let's speculate then. So 2 mystery opponents announced. So we have Solo versus the mystery opponent, and LA Knight versus the mystery opponent. Now we know it's not Gunther because Gunther actually has a match against Javon Evans. So
Gunther is going to murder Javon Evans. That's going to be.
Yeah, he probably is. Yeah.
Javon flying off the top rope and Gunther just chopping him midair.
Yeah,
I could definitely see that.
Be pretty hard. That's gonna be pretty bad. But
Javon's gonna sell like a maniac to him.
Yeah. So who do we think then could possibly be the mystery ones then? Because like I said, there's been a couple of weird names in this tournament who I've not suspected, but like it's but yeah, I believe one of them is going to be Joe Hendry. He's too hot right now not to do it, and he keeps teasing it that he wants Cena and stuff. So I can see they're going to put him in the tournament. And this the thing is,
he ain't getting Cena.
Well, just the thing is, if you notice, Nick refused to say the name, and obviously the whole gimmick is obviously you say Joe Hendry's name, he shows up. So obviously that's probably why Nick refused to say the name for it. So I think it's LA Knight versus Joe Hendry personally.
Yeah, but Knight would just beat him.
Probably. Well, I don't know, but that's that one there. But yeah, so who do we think the other one is then going up against Solo?
Somebody said Roman, but I can't see that. I can't see Roman being put in this tournament.
No,
I don't know.
No, not for that one. No, but I mean, it's only because everyone wants John Cena versus Roman. John Cena versus Roman won last time. That's what it was.
Edge. No, that's not happening. Jericho. No.
I can see it. I can see it being a big surprise name. I don't know who, but there's rumors that it could be KO, that he could be coming back.
That
stuff,
would be
basically.
sick. But no,
Solo vs KO or whatever.
I would want KO to be the final opponent then.
Yeah.
But like he had neck surgery. What was that this year?
Yeah, but he's been
Yeah.
training. He's put videos
but
out
like,
and showing
come on,
he's training and he's getting ready to come back
come
into the
on,
ring.
we gotta think of the guy's health. Come on.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. Yeah, obviously, yeah. But it's just there's a lot of rumors that it could potentially be KO going up against Solo. I'm not for it,
KO would have
really
to win
up
the
to it.
tournament then and retire Cena.
Yeah,
There's just no.
Or it could be KO versus Knight. Obviously, I can see definitely one of them's going to be John. One of them's going to be Joe Hendry for sure. I can sense it now that one of them's going to be Joe Hendry. So whether he faces Solo or whether he faces Knight, it's going to be one of them there. But like I said, the other one's got me sort of stumped, because they've said this is the weird thing is they've turned around and said it's people who don't work here. Now so far, we've not had a single person who's not worked there. Now they wouldn't have teased that for no reason. That's the thing. It's like they've purposely teased it. They obviously had Cena say it, and they've had him say it several times now, so it wasn't a mistake. So obviously, that whole line of people who don't even work here.
I mean, the Miz
they've said WWE does it for a reason.
So, I mean,
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like this is WWE. They don't do things for no reason. So if they've said that line twice now, then that means it's going to be somebody from outside the company. So. But then I don't know whether they count outside the company as TNA because of the partnership. So could it be a TNA star because they're outside the company, or are they going to go bold and they've got somebody completely who nobody would suspect? That's the thing, isn't it?
Well, here's the thing: you can't do Edge or Jericho because they just got to show up the final night and be like, yeah, they would have to interrupt Cena at Survivor Series and be like, I'm your final match. Like they wouldn't win a tournament,
No, yeah. So that's the thing. So it's I don't know who it could be, but we've got two mystery ones there, and obviously they've also announced that for John Cena's final match, the undercard essentially is going to be main roster versus NXT.
Well, here's the thing. There's going to be 3 matches on this card, including Cena, because you have to give Cena the final hour.
I don't think he's 30 an hour.
30 to 40 to wrestle.
Probably 30.
And then you got to let him talk because you can't let him get Goldberged.
But that was because though they were on thing, weren't they, on USA Network. This time they've got Peacock, so they can go over, can't they?
Okay.
Yeah, it's Peacock. It's literally just streaming on Peacock. So there's going to be no ad. There's going to be no ad breaks during the match, and obviously there's going to be no time restrictions. Really, they can go for however long it is.
Okay. I thought it was on NBC this time, too.
No, they've completely stopped that now. They're not doing it on NBC at all. It's completely all on Peacock. All the Saturday night main events now are all on that now, basically. So that's what it is. So yeah, they've done that one. Yeah, it's all on there. So I mean, this is the thing. Technically, they've got no time restraints, so they could obviously go over the normal 2 hours and stuff. And I'm just thinking, if it is for John Cena's final match and with all the rumors that are floating around, they might go over that, because I've been seeing quite a lot on the internet recently I've been seeing quite a lot on Twitter and stuff like that recently that they still want Donald Trump there at the event. Like Trump apparently Trump wants to be there, and apparently Trump wants to be there for it.
Yeah. Well, he is a rather busy man. I will say that.
Well, the night before though, there's a UFC event. I think it's the actual UFC event at the White House, if I remember rightly. So I mean, he's going to be doing things anyway in the sports thing, and obviously for TKO, because obviously it's a TKO sporting event at the White House. So I mean, so he's going to be there. So he's going to sort of be in the area. So they might, they moved. This is the thing. They moved to New York for a reason. That they moved the show to where it is to Washington, for a reason, and that.
Yeah.
If you think about it, because originally it was scheduled to be in Boston, because they were originally going to have it in Boston, and they started selling tickets and everything to it, and then just before the tickets were about to go out on sale, they moved it to Washington for a reason. And I can sense maybe Trump being there, even if he's not shown on camera, he'll be there in some aspects and stuff. And there's rumors that Vince is going to be there as well for it.
That one wouldn't shock me. That's probably a Cena thing. Like, you got to bring my boy in.
Yeah, even if Vince is backstage, I don't know whether they would risk putting him on camera because of everything, because they'll know that all people will be talking about after John Cena's final match is, oh, Vince McMahon was back. He was on TV. They showed him on there, and you're going to get all the haters and that, like, turn around and being like, oh yeah, fuck this company because of this, and stuff like that, basically. So I don't know whether they'll put him on camera, but there's a lot of news coming out that Vince is going to be there. For it. And the last one I've seen as well is Dwayne as well. Is that Dwayne's managed to get some time off to come for the thing? So
yeah, he's filming Jumanji 3. I saw he started that.
Yeah, but he's in New York filming it.
Yeah.
The filming's in New York, so that's the thing. So he could potentially just pop by, couldn't he? It's only going to be for one night. That's all he needs to do is just one night for a couple of hours, swing by Washington. That's all he needs to do, isn't it, really?
He just needed to do one night in Las Vegas for WrestleMania, but no.
Yeah, but of course that'd be wrestling, wouldn't it? All they literally need to do is just have him literally just show up and just come out and cut a promo in a ring.
He didn't even have to wrestle. He could have just helped Travis Scott.
Yeah, but they wouldn't have really gone along with that, would they? They would have wanted him to wrestle if he was there and get physical, which they wouldn't have been able to do.
Well, but Travis Scott got a little physical.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, but Travis Scott doesn't get paid millions to film movies and stuff.
And look what happened with that. Travis Scott disappeared without a trace. Never heard from again.
That's the thing. But no, yeah. So that's the rumors going around for John Cena's final match. Now, if all three of them are there, even if they're not on camera, but if people know they're there, that's going to be big, especially for Cena's final match. That would be big to have the president of the United States there and Vince McMahon, and Dwayne Johnson and stuff like that, all in the same building at the same time.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that'd be amazing if they got all that.
Security would be so tight.
Like I said, I can't see them being in the crowd. I can see them being backstage, if anything, because people will take a shot at any one of them, any one of those three. If there's just sat in the crowd randomly, they zoom the camera over like what they do for the Netflix shows. That you've just got Trump just sat front row, just like
Now they'd be in press boxes, yeah.
Well, that's the thing though. Doesn't he sit front row for the UFC events or whatever? I think, or he sits like.
Well, I don't know if he does that anymore after he almost got killed. So I don't know.
Yeah. No, that would be pretty crazy. You zoom the camera around and it's just like there's the president of the United States just sat that front row, surrounded by those bands.
He's in the upper deck. TKO tickets are so expensive even for Donald Trump.
Yeah, he's in the nosebleeds, isn't he, and stuff. That's the thing. So
yeah, he's like, he's
at there. I can't see this. I can't see it properly. I paid out all this money. I can't see it properly. But no,
you have to squint.
Yeah, so that's the rumors coming out from that one. But yeah. So NXT versus NXT versus the main roster as the undercard. That's pretty big, especially for the NXT stars to be at John Cena's final. John Cena's final match, basically, that's something to say about. Whichever stars are picked for that event, they would have made their name already and stuff. And I would probably say that the ones that are wrestling on that event are going to be the ones that are going to get called up. Yeah, personally, and I can see names like Javon possibly. Javon's probably going to match. He's going to be involved somehow because it's Javon Evans and that, and he's like they really like him so. And he's had the Undertaker rub, hasn't he, on NXT? So he's had the Taker rub on NXT, so that's instantly big as well. So I can see it being Javon in some aspect. I don't know who else they might put on today, because like what you said, if it's 3 matches and stuff, then that's either 3 stars or they'll put a tag match in there somewhere somehow and stuff for it. So maybe they do Ethan and Chelsea, because then that gets Ethan on main roster and that, and get Chelsea involved with it, isn't it? And they could do a mixed tag again, somehow, can they, or whatever for it? Or I don't know. They could potentially do that. Yeah, like what you said, Oba, Ricky, possibly. They might even have all the championships defended. They might do championship matches if anything. So whoever's still champing at that time, they could have defending and
I'm
stuff.
cool with
It'd
it.
be, yeah, they could possibly do that. But no, yeah. So that's it for this week. Then I can't think of
Yeah,
anything else.
Nope.
That's everything there. We're we will be back next week hopefully for
That's if we
another
don't get
show, and Leo
canceled.
should be there this week. Yeah. But yeah, so as the buttons say on the screen there, don't forget to don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. So have you got anything coming up that you want to say before we go off air or anything?
I got a video. No, I had a video come out last night. It was
You got a
my
video?
trip to it was my trip to Rhode Island Comic-Con. What a
Oh, yeah.
fascinating experience that state is. So
enough.
yeah, go check that out. Got to hang out with some celebrities. That was really cool. I got to meet Dennis
Yeah.
Rodman and the kids of. Do you remember the show Ned's Declassified?
Yeah.
I got to meet
Yeah.
them, and then I met Dennis Rodman 10 minutes later. It was like the weirdest fever dream I could ever kick up.
Oh, that's fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's cool.
and yeah.
So yeah, that's fair enough. So some bits and pieces for me then. So don't forget to obviously go and check out thefrontrow.net, where I will say today now as well that we have made a exclusive game. It's actually a game that we own. We have the rights to and everything like that. It's a wrestling game. Here's a little screenshot from the game. So it's, as you can see, it's like a trading card game there, and we've got our own sort of backing thing there. Its premise of it is like it's sort of, like the swiping aspect from Tinder where you swipe left or right or whatever for it.
Yeah.
You swipe right to select your wrestlers what you want, and then left to disregard them and stuff. And the ones on the left you can't get again for a little while and stuff. And like you then battle with those cards and stuff inside that ring, and you power up and everything like that. There's a trading system, there's a whole shop and everything like that there where you can buy things and stuff. It's basically a combination of loads of games built into one, but it's a unique styling and stuff. And you can win points and stuff like that, and the points convert to things and stuff. So go check it out. It's in the arcade section it's in our gaming hub of DKO. At the frontrow.net. So that's that one there. So don't forget to do that really. And we will be back next week. And before we go, actually, I'll just have a quick look at the comments. So we have Ryan again turning around and saying we need a watch along stream for Cena's final match. I mean,
I will not be around, so somebody will.
Somebody might do something for that one. I don't know. Somebody might. There might be something. I don't know. We need to try and work something out. So
I won't be around, so I'll be at a buddy's house. So
yeah, fair enough. Yeah, so we might do that.
Yeah, I got roped into that one.
No, yeah, that's but I myself will see you guys later on this evening. I do believe the show has been pushed a little bit later. We did say 7:30 p.m. it would be, but it's now going to be 8:30 p.m. So that's 1:30 in the morning for me. So that's nice and fun. But I'm committed to doing Putting the Blood in Line, like I said. So providing all goes well, we will see you at 8:30 p.m. this evening. You got anything else you want to say before we sign off or anything?
No. Merry Christmas. No.
No. Oh yeah, that's the other thing as well. Don't forget to keep a lookout, because we won't be back before these goes live. But on the 17th, which I do believe is next
Monday.
17th?
Monday.
On Monday. Yeah. It's probably it's 13th today, so yes, it's got to be.
Yeah.
So on Monday. Yes, on Monday, the Zero Awards will be going live. Do not forget to go and check them out. We have about 14, 15 categories, I think, you can vote on this year, along with some extras and that's going on today, which I'm adding on some extras as well as we go along. So that will also be exclusively on the front row. So don't hesitate to go and join up on there now to get registered for that. So go along and do that. And we will see you later. And I'm just going to leave you with a little something before we sign off. So this is Zero signing out for the week.
And I'm Bobby. Y'all have a good day.
See you later.